So tonight is a special night because we get to hear from some of you. We get to hear from our seniors and those who have who made it and just have a few weeks of school left. And so I'm going to invite them to come on up and just grab a seat. You can get a seat anywhere. There's another microphone that Luke had. There's one. There's two. Perfect. Yep.
You want this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, come on up, guys. Go ahead and sit down. Perfect, perfect. There's some stools in the back that we can get and grab. We don't have to all squeeze on a couch. Perfect. No, I'm not sitting. I hadn't planned on sitting there, but I will sit there. Perfect. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this, and then here for y'all, and then here for y'all. And it's on. Perfect. All right. Could we do this? Could y'all starting on that end and working this way? Just say your name and where you go to school. Just start there.
Where we go?
Yep. Where you currently go to school, because not everybody knows where y'all go to school.
My name's Dagan, and I go to Greenbrier High School.
My name's Allison, and I also go to Greenbrier.
I'm Andrew, and I go to Lakeside.
I'm Hannah, and I go to Greenbrier.
Sophie, I go to Lakeside. Ansley, and I go to Greenbrier.
David, and I go to Greenbrier.
My name is Davis, and I go to Grovetown.
My name's Keeler, and I go to Lakeside.
I'm Bears, and I go to Lakeside.
I'm Maggie, and I go to Lakeside.
I'm Lainey, and I go to Lakeside.
I'm Maddie, and I go to Lakeside.
Perfect. All right, good. That was a good practice about how to work the microphone. So now we kind of understand what we got to do. Perfect. All right. So I have some questions, but there might be more questions that show up. You just really never know. So let's start with some easy softball ones. I didn't give you these in preparation. So this is like a yes or no question, I suppose. So this is a show of hands. Pineapple on pizza. How do we feel? Who is pro pineapple on pizza? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Who is anti-pineapple? Who's anti-pineapple? Okay. Okay. So now we're trying to find out who our people are. Okay. All right. Do we have any discussion about pineapple on pizza?
It's wrong.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So this one is one that I would like to ask you a little bit more about. If you could have a superpower, seniors, you could have a superpower. What would your superpower be? David says he's got one already. All right.
I want to swing around like Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man. Perfect. Any Spider-Man people out there? Spider-Man? Perfect. All right, yeah.
No, I'll say Spider-Man person.
Okay, got it.
I'm feeling Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. All right. Yes. Perfect. You don't have to name a superhero to have the superpower.
I
You
would
can.
want to read
Okay.
people's minds.
You want to read people's minds?
Oh yeah, read people's minds. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Me too.
I'm not sure that I would want that one because I don't know that I want to know what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
But you're brave. What else? Yeah.
I want to be able to freeze time.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to time travel.
Time travel. Okay. Got it. All right.
Like teleport. I feel like that'd be good.
Yeah. Like that. Perfect. Yes. Teleport to the beach and then back. Right. All right. Another good one. You got one?
Yeah. I choose polymorph because then I could fly and I could breathe underwater.
Okay. You've thought about this a great deal. Yeah, perfect. All right, next question. Favorite Wesley students' snack supper meal?
Brownies with the ice cream on top.
Oh, brownies and ice cream. Okay, good. What else? That was your whole meal that night? Was the brownies and ice cream? Like nothing else. Just the brownie. Okay, good. Yep.
Nachos.
Okay.
Ski trip chili.
Yes. Me too. Yeah. The chili bake, right? Like the cornbread on top with the chili on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. Snack supper.
Alaska mac and cheese.
Alaska mac and cheese. Okay.
Didn't we cater lifesavers one time?
Maybe did we?
My favorite.
Got it. What else?
It's free food. Does it really matter?
Yes. 100%. All right. Anybody else? All right. Last kind of like easy softball question. Favorite student ministry trip or retreat?
Ski trip every year.
The West Virginia mission trip.
Okay. How many of y'all? That's like an OG trip. West Virginia. Yeah. I have great and really interesting memories of that one. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. What else? Other retreat trip?
As
Anybody?
chaotic as it was, the Alaska mission trip.
It was chaotic. Was chaotic.
I was gonna say my first fall retreat last year
Yeah.
was my favorite.
Sweet. We got them covered. Anybody else?
It's probably the first hometown mission week with
Yeah.
the mascot wars and all that.
The first hometown mission week was pretty incredible. That was like we did not know what to do, and so we just poured everything into that week, and it was really pretty cool. What?
We have a cringe memory from hometown mission.
Okay. Like not a microphone moment.
We got some light up America themed fedoras. It was pretty bad.
I wish I had pictures.
I
Sweet.
still have mine.
I remember the hometown mission week where it was like team night, and a team dressed up like me, with fishing shirts and khaki shorts. Was anybody on that team? That you? Yeah. Was anybody out there on that team? Fishing shirts? Okay, good. We can still be friends. All right. I want to know how being in student ministry has helped to shape you in some way into who you are today. So how is being here or how is being at church, how has that helped to shape you into who you are?
I would say like hometown missions or just mission trips in general made me realize that I need to be more grateful for what I already have.
And I feel like anything you sort of do as a routine, like coming here every week or even just like going on the trips like every year, it's going to shape you. And I feel like coming every Sunday night has really like made me a really good community I can lean on and made me realize that I should be that for other people too.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it really helped me like get out of my comfort zone and like be more comfortable like with my own faith, like as a Christian.
I kind of feel the same way. It definitely got me to step out of my comfort zone. I've never been to church consistently before, and this is my first time. It's just really put me out there. I really appreciate that.
Cool.
It's nice to have a place or really a group of people to call home and to come to whenever you're having struggles in life and to work it out through your faith and have people guide you even when life gets tough.
Yeah.
It's a big stress reliever. Like you can just come here and there's a bunch of people here you can rely on. Like Matt and Knox, those are great guys. And you can talk with them. I talk with them. And it's helped shape me.
Yeah.
Not Miss Stephanie.
It helped me meet Travis.
What else? Anybody else?
I think it helped me like find people that are going down a similar path that I am, and I struggled a lot with that at the beginning of high school. Just like I think I fell into the wrong crowd a little bit. So coming here like showed me that there's people that are like my age that are doing things that I'm doing and are interested in their faith, and that was really good to see.
It helped me meet a lot of new people in such a short span of time. When Keeler brought me over here, I didn't really know anybody, but it helped me kind of step out of my comfort zone and meet a lot of new people, and that's definitely shaped me a lot.
It really helped me come into my own, especially after my move back to Illinois, like back from Illinois, and where I had to relearn friendships and all of that. So this place was definitely a place of safety for me to come back to.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. This is an interesting question, and one that might have a lot of different answers for a lot of different people, and one that takes a little bit of vulnerability. So I'm really asking a lot of you. When you think back to, middle school and early high school, what were some of the most difficult parts about those years for you? And like, what do you remember about that being difficult, if it was? I'm assuming that it's sometimes in some parts it was, because I think it is for everybody in some kind of way. What was difficult about that? Yeah.
I think the hardest part was figuring out who you were as an individual and not trying to conform to whatever was trendy or what everybody else was doing. Just finding out who you are as your own being.
Do you think that maybe do you think that maybe you're still figuring it out a little bit? Like, do you feel like you figured it out, or
Probably.
do you think there's still a ways to go?
I mean, I think we've got a general idea, but could definitely be, I don't know, defined.
Okay.
I'll say something kind of building off that. For me, I like measured my worth in the wrong things, like how I was doing as an athlete or how I was doing as a student, and I like struggled with that a lot before I found my faith, and before I found like people I could like confide in. I was just like basing who I was off those things, and like how many friends I had, how my grades were, how I played in a game. And when I found Wesley, I found my faith and I found my people, and now I know my identity is I'm a Christian, not those things. So I really.
Good. What was difficult? Anybody?
I had a hard time staying committed to coming. There was like probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years, where I just didn't come. Shut up. And and I really I wish I'd come those years, because I drifted from these guys, and I wish I hadn't. And if I could go, I wish I hadn't, drifted from God himself too, because it shook everything, and I had to build pretty much back up from the ground. And I wish I hadn't had to do that.
That's a good answer. What else? What was difficult? Anybody? Yeah.
I would say like knowing who your friends are gonna be, because like obviously like you're not gonna be friends with the same people, so like there might be a group that like you're really tight with and like you keep going through the years, but then there might also be some who kind of like fade away or like come in, and there's just like no really way to know that when you're maybe like a sixth grader or something. And so I say just like make the most of what you have at the time, but like that was definitely like a hard thing to like say, okay, like who should I like surround myself with, who is gonna make me like better, who can I like have fun with, that sort of thing.
Let me ask you a question. Some of you have been friends for a long time, and maybe some of those friendships haven't changed, but how many of you have had close friends, or I would even say best friends, that have changed? Okay, yeah, a lot. And so, and my point in asking that is that you've changed over time, like over the last 6 years, 7 years, you've changed. And sometimes because you've changed, your friends have also changed with you, right? So that's an okay thing, right? That people change and things change and friends change and who we are changes, and change is kind of inevitable. Change is something that happens to us. And sometimes that's difficult to work through, but sometimes it's just kind of what happens. Anything else in terms of like what's been hard for you in the last, I don't know, 6, 7 years? How about school? How has that been difficult? Is that maybe school's not hard anymore? Is that true? Oh, school is hard? Okay, I wasn't sure. Somebody tell me a little bit about school and how that has been difficult.
For all y'all going into high school and for sophomores especially, do not load up your junior and senior year with a bunch of hard classes. Like, spread it out a little bit, for sure.
Okay.
And, like, make sure you have like a good balance between like your school and like your outside life. And your outside life, because like you don't want to like get distracted by certain things. Like, just do one or the other. Like, you want to have a real good balance of both.
I feel like a really hard thing is comparing yourself with others, like especially with grades. It's like everyone can get very competitive when it comes to like who's doing better and what, but just like knowing that like you should be proud of yourself no matter what your grade is.
I would also say that sometimes we just do school in order to get a certain grade, but sometimes we lose focus on learning the material. And if you focus on learning the material and knowing the material, the grade kind of comes with that territory. Is that true? I feel like that's true, even though I'm 36, that sometimes we just try to get the good grade and we don't learn the material. But that always has a funny way of catching back up to you if you don't know what the material is anymore, right?
Also, like, take classes like that you're interested in. Like, don't just like take something because like your friends are taking it. Like, truly, like, when you like sign up for a class, like make sure it's something that you're gonna enjoy and it's not just something that's like you're just doing just to do it, I guess.
Everyone learns completely differently. Just because someone else is doing very, very well in a class or all of the classes, that means nothing based on your worth at all. Not everyone is good at traditional school. Some people are better learning with hands-on experiences and all of that. Don't let that define anything of how you judge yourself. School is going to be stressful. Make sure you have a great group like this church to come back to and to have them help you through with your faith.
That's good.
One thing I kind of picked up on is I remember in my freshman year, I made a 72 on a math test, and I went home crying. I was crying for hours because that was like the first C that I'd ever made. And I don't know, it just kind of, I thought about it, and my mom told me it's like one grain of sand on a beach. It doesn't really matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. I think you just kind of have to think about that. It's the one test that you totally mess up on doesn't really matter all that much.
Yeah. Maddie, go ahead. Maddie, then Andrew. Go ahead.
Kind of what Sophie said, I definitely got humbled, like grades-wise, like coming into high school. It's a lot at one time, and basically what you said, just take it one step at a time. It'll all come together. Even if you feel like right now it's never going to get better, it always does.
So I went to Riverside Middle, and most people there get zoned for Greenbrier High. I didn't. I went to Lakeside, so I didn't have very many friends at Lakeside, because if you went to Riverside and you went to Lakeside, I didn't know you. So whether you went or not, I don't care. So I didn't have very many friends at Lakeside when I got there my freshman year, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So, I mean, even now I don't have that many, but the ones I do have, they're golden. So they'll fall in your lap. Like, don't stress about it. If you don't have friends, you won't be a loner forever. They'll come to you. Everyone finds their way to someone,
Yeah.
no matter who you are.
Yep. All right, here's my next question. Think about your senior year. Think about, and I know that all of you have like different senior years. Some of you are dual enrolled. Some of you are like all the way taking college classes, which is really cool. Some of you are still taking traditional senior year kind of thing. But think about your senior year 5 years from now. If somebody asks you about your senior year, what would you say? Or like, what would you tell them?
My senior year right now, because I planned all of my classes well, I've got one freshman government class, so It's the best thing ever.
Not everybody is going to have one class their senior year. Let me just go ahead and tell you.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it went by really fast, and so I'm glad that like I did everything I did, but it was definitely a lot at the time. And I'm just glad that I was able to spend my last year really soaking up all the memories and doing all the fun senior things with my friends that we had been able to like see throughout high school everybody else go through, but then to finally go through it ourselves was really special.
Yeah.
I would say senior year, I definitely had a plan for myself, and that was 100% my plan. And now looking back, it's all God's plan. And just because it didn't go the way I wanted it to, I know the Lord has something in store for me, and it's going to go the right way. So.
I would say go to everything. This is your like last year to like even just like not a senior year, like get involved with whatever you want to. Don't go because someone's like doesn't think it's cool. Like you meet so many people like doing stuff you wouldn't expect like would be fun. Like just take it in and go to everything you can and be super involved.
I mean, I'd probably say, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Hannah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'd probably say that everything is subject to change and that you have to be ready to accept that change and to be prepared to, you know, not fail horribly when said change comes and hits you like a truck.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think no matter like how many classes you're taking or whatever, I think everyone's senior year is still real busy, but like it's like really exciting at the same time because like you're finishing up like one like step of your life and you're moving on to the next, and it's just like really exciting to think about like the future, but still like finishing out that last year of high school and like spending time with your friends and all that.
There's just real tension, I think, in senior year where you have like 1 foot in one chapter and 1 foot in another one. Have you felt that? Maybe it gets a little bit more. Maybe you feel it more like after Christmas. Maybe that's really when it started to really become a tension, and that you've got like 1 foot at home and 1 foot in wherever you're going to live in the fall, or you have, you know, maybe you're starting to take some college classes now, or you're just thinking about what's happening after high school. And so it is this very weird, kind of strange, never been there before kind of tension that you have to wrestle with, and you have to be able to manage with friends, right? And sometimes manage with parents, and manage with school, and then like kind of layer on all the other stuff. It becomes a little difficult, a little tricky. I'm assuming that we felt that at some point, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else? Anybody?
18 is not some magical number. I turned 18 and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be treated like an adult. I'm going to get respected. It's going to be great. I'm not going to have to pay taxes. Well, I was wrong. I still don't get treated like I would think I would be, but I'm still in high school. I'm still a student. So, and I've been told that, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I still pay taxes, even though not that much, because I'm still dependent and all that jazz, and I live at home. But 18 isn't some big special number. The only difference is being able to vote and having to pay more.
Yeah.
Kind of what Aaron was saying about wherever you're going to live in the fall or wherever you go off to school, take in your senior year as like your last hurrah kind of thing. Because I don't know, it's a whole new experience going to college, and you just got to YOLO through senior year.
All right. Tell me, think about student ministry for a second. Give me your favorite memory. Give me your favorite thing over all of your time in student ministry. Your favorite good memory. Good ones. Maybe one, and what I would love to know is like, what moment had an impact on your life?
I know I already said the West Virginia trip, but in the group that I was in, we helped like some lady build like this wheelchair ramp, and like even though she was like struggling a lot, because I mean she didn't live in like a real nice place or anything, she was still like one of the most kindest people I've ever met. Like her hospitality to us and our group was insane. Like we played with her kid a bunch, like while working. Like and I think like seeing that, it just like kind of like saw like how good helping people is.
Somebody else? You got it.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the fall retreat, which I said earlier, but I'll kind of go into more detail. The worship from that trip was unbelievable, and that's something that like will stick with me forever. And that's probably my favorite memory.
Yeah, it's good.
I think I don't remember who all was there because it was really dark. But during the Guatemala ski trip,
They don't ski in Guatemala, I'm pretty sure.
The
Never
Guatemala
seen that.
trip.
Okay.
We were all out on like the back patio, huddled in a circle, singing Waymaker together. It was a very sentimental moment. I think we all kind of had a bonding cult sort of vibe.
Let's hurry up and move on from that one.
On like a more positive, like worshiping together type thing, when we were in Alaska and the local people invited us to their church service right up the hill, it was really fun. And then they like made lunch for us afterwards too, and it was just so nice to get to know them and like try some local, I think it was fish and stuff like that. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Junior year, I came to like the baptism night, and I like the seniors that year like invited me to come, and I like remember going there and just being like, I want this to be my future. Like I want to keep coming, like seeing that. And then less than a year later, I got baptized. So that was definitely
Right there.
impactful. Right there.
Right
yes.
here. Yep.
Literally anything with Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie is the greatest, and whoever will be her e-group next year, they are blessed. But any e-group thing that we did, any Bible study, any legendary gingerbread house contest was fantastic, and it's all because of Miss Stephanie.
I want to be like her when I grow up.
One of my favorite memories is last year I broke my collarbone skiing, and Travis drove me in a church van about 90 miles an hour, and I felt like I was in a race car. It was awesome.
It wasn't that fast. He was driving the speed limit, I'm sure. Somebody else?
No feds in here, right?
Every single Sunday night, specifically the worship. So I'm back there, and everything, all the sound, all the music, all the voices just come back there and hit me, and it's just like, it's an awakening. You can't sleep back there. You can't be like head down. Like you're hearing everything, and it's just like, I'm here, and I'm not anywhere else but right here, right now, and I can't think about anything else but what's happening here.
That's awesome.
I mentioned this in my senior video, but I think working Sunday mornings in the child care wing kids hall, I don't know, I just get to meet everybody and their kids on a personal level. I don't know, it's very, warming.
Couple more. One more, two more.
Okay, so the first like big Wesley event that I went to was like the first ski trip like a year and a half ago, and I went with a broken hand, and I like couldn't even ski, but I like still had a really, really good weekend. Like everyone was just coming in the lodge and like talking to me, and I was just like sitting there, but everyone was still super nice, and I was like, wow, I like really love this community, all of these people, when like I'm in a place where I literally can't do anything.
I want to ask, what's important in high school and what is not? what's important in high school and what's not. Let's start with what's important. Can we do that? What's important? What are the things that are important in high school? Tell me.
I mean, grades are important.
Grades.
They don't define you, but they are important.
Grades are important. It's important to work hard,
Yeah,
I think.
just as long as you're putting in good effort, you'll do good.
Yeah. Okay.
I think your relationship with your parents, they're definitely one of the biggest supports that you'll have through high school.
Building on what she said, like obviously relationships are really important, and a lot of times you just think of your friends, but your teachers are really important to build relationships with too, because they're some of your biggest advocates, and they don't want to see you fail. Like they're in your corner, and building relationships with your teacher is just really important.
Yep. That's good.
I would say also like getting plugged in. Like you don't have to do every single thing at your school.
And
but
you can't do everything.
You
right?
can't.
You really can't do
You gotta
everything.
choose what's like important to you. But like if you play a sport, like try and stay connected with that, and then just join clubs that you like and sort of things like that. Because in addition to like building your resume, they'll also give you like a group of people that you can hang out with and like stuff to do after school. And I feel like that just really like completes the high school experience.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that staying true to yourself is really important, and just like your morals and values.
Yep.
I'd say keeping yourself balanced. High school is stressful, to say the least. And you can easily get yourself overwhelmed with how much workload you may have during whatever year it is. Like, I'm sorry, my junior is your junior year. Or your freshman year. Haha, COVID joke, haha, very funny. But you need to have, yeah, you definitely need to have like a sort of escape so that you can keep yourself in a stable sense of mind.
Yeah. That's good. Go ahead. A couple more. It's 1, 2.
I would say making good relationships with like the younger kids, because I know it's sometimes like frowned upon as you get older, but like inviting like freshmen and the younger kids and stuff is how like programs are going to keep getting built and how they can feel comfortable to show up. Just be like nice to everyone. You don't know what they're going through, and just welcome the younger people, even though sometimes it's frowned upon.
I think the most important thing is making memories with your friends, as long as you're doing stuff that's safe, and like just having a good time. Because like when you go off to college, that like you're probably not going to see a lot of those people again. So like just like spend time with your friends.
Okay, tell me what's not important, real quick. Tell me what's not important.
Surface level friendships.
Okay? It's good.
Meeting people's expectations.
Over planning, like way over planning, like way off into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Just focus on the present.
Yep, it's good. What else is not important?
Worrying about what other people think about you. Just be your own person.
Yep, that's good. Not important. Give me 1 or 2 more.
Popularity is not important. Doesn't matter after high school. No one knows how popular you were or anything like that.
It's true. Like when after high school, nobody asks you, well, how popular were you? Oh, well, we can't be friends, right? Nobody asks that.
Finding a significant other. Don't put it at the top of your list.
Yeah. It's true.
I would say like that one group project that's getting on your nerves, like it's gonna be over in a week. You'll get away from those people. You'll all be fine.
Yeah.
Like don't sweat it.
Yeah, like in 3 months, you're going to be worried about something different, right? There's just kind of a cycle that thing that's so big right in front of you, not that it's not important, it is important, but in 3 months, like it's going to be something else. And so not to get too hung up on one thing that's right in front of you. Yeah, that's good. Anybody else? All right. Let's see. I think you've seen a lot of yesterdays. You've been around a long time, and now you're seniors, and when you look back, you can see a lot of yesterdays. Everybody out here can see less yesterdays than you all have. Here's my question. I didn't give this one to you either, and this is the one that we'll probably end on. What gives you hope for tomorrow? You've seen a lot of yesterdays. But what gives you hope for tomorrow?
There's no plan B. Plan A all the way.
Okay.
I can't, I can only put hope on that. So.
Got it.
I think the fact that I've already come so far and I've succeeded as much as I have is just like, why quit now if I've already come this far? Just keep going with it.
Just sort of like living into like God's plan for me and like seeing all my friends do the same. Like as Dagan just kind of like whispered, like there's one plan and it's his plan, and like yes, it's going to be different for all of us, and I feel like there's something beautiful in that.
It's great. That's a good answer. What gives you hope for tomorrow?
Spending time with friends and family, because tomorrow's not promised, and just soaking up that time. You never know how long you have with someone, so.
Anybody else? All right, I got one more. I got a fun one. Tomorrow is the zombie apocalypse. Tomorrow. Talking about hope for tomorrow, and then tomorrow, all of a sudden, we're in the zombie apocalypse. So here's my question. Tomorrow's zombie apocalypse, you get to take one volunteer with you. Who are you taking?
Travis.
They have to be a volunteer here. It's got to be a Wesley Students volunteer. That's what I want to know. What volunteer are you taking?
Travis.
Wow. All right.
I don't think there's any other answer. Travis.
Does anybody have an answer other than Travis?
Aaron, you.
Ooh, yes.
Because I feel like you're a rational thinker.
Ooh.
Which is, I think,
Hold
would
on
be
a second.
important.
Hold on a second. Wait. Say that one more time.
Who would kill more zombies, though? Definitely Travis.
Okay, valid point. Valid point.
You just have to stay alive, though. It's not about
Still
knocking out the
Travis.
zombies. It's about staying alive.
Still Travis.
Kirby.
Ooh. Yes. Good answer.
I'm here.
Ellen Gilbert.
Yeah.
You took mine.
Because Ellen would not quit. Like, she would not quit. Yeah.
Kate Morris.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else?
I feel like either Liz or Kurt could be a good one too.
I
Like,
was thinking
if
the
you
same
get
thing.
hurt,
Yeah.
they got that medical.
Liz can stitch you right up. I guess, but if you get bitten by a zombie, then you're a zombie, and then if she fixes you, then it's like there's a whole problem. Anyway, it's a long conversation. All right. So here's what I want to do. Can I ask you all? Can we do this? Go ahead, and put your microphones down, put them in the chair where you're sitting, and then I want to invite all of you to come up here. Just come up this way and step down and stand right in front right here. Yep, right now. Yep, right here. And so this is the last thing that we'll do, and we're going to pray for and over our seniors. And so I'm going to invite all of you to stand up, and if you want to come up, and if you want to put your hand on somebody, just on their shoulder, that would be fine. If you want to stay, listen. If you want to stay where you are and just pray along with us, that will be fine too. But we're going to pray for our seniors and for and over them, and then we'll have and enjoy some cake right afterward. All right, I'm going to invite you to open your hands and join us together in prayer. God, we pause in this moment in time, Lord, to give thanks for these who are in front of us. These who have spent so much time here at church and pouring into our community and been a part of friendships and relationships. And God, been in our schools and have been leaders and captains and people who work really hard in the classroom and people who value us. God, we're so thankful for all of them, for the families that they represent, for their hopes and for their dreams and for their aspirations, for all the things that you have planted inside of their heart that they have yet to do. God, for all the paths that they'll take. Lord, for all the journeys that they're already a part of. God, for all the miracles that you will do in and through them. We're thankful. God, we praise you for their heart and for their personalities and for their character, for much more than what they can accomplish, but for who they are and for who you have created them to be. And God, now as we celebrate them, we celebrate you because you are the author and perfecter of all of them and of their story and of their life. And God, it is that life that we're grateful for tonight. We ask your blessing upon them and their families as one chapter closes and another one opens. God, that you would open that door and that you would hold it open for them and guide and lead and direct them in whatever may lie ahead. Lord, that through it all they would know that they do not walk alone, but that they walk with us, and more importantly, that they walk with you. We give you thanks tonight and for all the nights ahead. God, the nights that we can celebrate and be together as we celebrate our seniors here at Wesley. We're thankful. We love them and we love you. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Head out the door and we're going to enjoy some cake together.